In present-day America, a genetic divergence has created a hidden population of mutants, and they are facing a severe legislative threat. Senator Robert Kelly is aggressively pushing a Mutant Registration Act through the Senate, a law that would legally compel all mutants to publicly disclose their powers and identities. For mutant Eric Lensher, known as Magneto, this legislation is a direct echo of his past. In 1944, a 14-year-old Eric was violently separated from his parents upon entering the Auschwitz concentration camp in Nazi-ruled Poland. Driven by that early trauma, Magneto has formulated an extreme, preemptive response to Kelly's proposed law. He intends to capture the world's leaders and forcibly mutate them, ensuring they personally experience the marginalization and fear that mutants face every day. Magneto is acting entirely on a desperate survival strategy, designing this plot specifically to prevent a systematic extermination from repeating itself. This animated schematic outlines the mechanism of Magneto's master plan, a custom-built machine designed to emit radiation. When activated, these concentric waves of energy are meant to rewrite human DNA, granting ordinary people superpowers. But running this machine extracts a massive biological toll. Magneto initially attempted to power the device directly with his own magnetic abilities, and the sheer energy required nearly killed him. To bypass this, he requires a workaround. Magneto must find a proxy, another mutant who can absorb his magnetic powers and act as a disposable power source to run the machine in his place. The success of his political statement completely hinges on locating that one specific expendable biological battery. The search for that battery leads away from global politics and down to a micro-level incident in Meridian, Mississippi. There, a 17-year-old girl named Marie accidentally puts her boyfriend into a coma simply by kissing him. Marie possesses a highly dangerous, uncontrollable mutant ability. Her bare skin absorbs the life force and specific abilities of anyone she touches. Terrified, she ditches her Biven name for Rogue and flees to the remote wilderness of Alberta. In this isolation, she encounters Logan, an amnesiac mutant known as Wolverine, who possesses a rapid cellular healing factor and metal claws extending from his hands. When Magneto discovers Rogue's existence, he recognizes she is the specific biological component his machine requires. Her ability allows her to temporarily hold his magnetic powers and absorb the energy drain that would otherwise be fatal to him. The terrified flight of a runaway teenager inadvertently bridges the gap between her personal desire to survive and a high-stakes superhuman war. Magneto initiates a testing phase for his device. He dispatches his henchmen, Toad and the shapeshifter Mystique, to securely abduct Senator Kelly and force him into the radiation machine. With the test complete, the Brotherhood outmaneuvers Charles Xavier's team of X-Men. During a chaotic train station confrontation, they knock Wolverine unconscious and successfully kidnap Rogue, dragging her into the shadows to serve as the power source. Meanwhile, the recently mutated Senator Kelly manages to escape captivity and seeks refuge at Charles Xavier's School for Mutants, located in Westchester County, New York. By examining Kelly, the X-Men discover a horrifying biological failure in Magneto's design. The baseline human body eventually rejects the forced mutation. Kelly's cellular structure breaks down entirely, melting into a liquid state. Magneto remains oblivious to this cellular rejection. His machine has become an accidental doomsday weapon set to assassinate every world leader it targets. Magneto's intended target is highly concentrated, a massive gathering of world leaders attending a summit at Ellis Island. He sets up his deployment phase right next door, inside the torch of the Statue of Liberty. Magneto forcibly transfers his magnetic powers to Rogue, locks her into the device, and activates the lethal machine. The X-Men arrive to intercept the plot. Cyclops fires a concentrated optic blast to create a tactical opening, allowing Wolverine to physically dismantle and destroy the active radiation machine before the pulse reaches the summit. The machine's toll has already been extracted, leaving Rogue dying from the energy drain. Wolverine immediately steps in and intentionally allows her to absorb his legendary healing factor, a move that saves her life but renders him comatose. The global crisis was averted through individual action rather than a grand ideological victory. Rogue survived only because Logan chose to transfer his own life-sustaining healing factor to her, accepting a comatose state to ensure her recovery. In the fractured aftermath, Rogue recovers from the ordeal. Wolverine awakens from his coma and departs for a deserted military base in Canada to investigate his missing memories, while Mystique manages to escape custody by using her shape-shifting abilities to impersonate the late Senator Kelly. Charles Xavier travels to an undisclosed location to visit Magneto, who is now locked inside a specialized polycarbonate cell, completely stripped of any metal he could manipulate. The two old friends exchange a final, tense dialogue. Magneto makes an unbroken promise that he will eventually escape to continue his preemptive war against humanity. Xavier vows that he will always be there, maintaining his reactive, pacifist defense. The mechanical threat of the radiation machine was physically dismantled on Liberty Island. Yet, as long as the underlying systemic prejudice against mutants remains intact, this ideological war for survival is guaranteed to continue.
And that's how the incredible story comes to an end. Every decision, every sacrifice, and every battle led to this unforgettable finale. If you enjoyed this movie recap, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more detailed movie explanations and cinematic story recaps. Also, hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next movie recap.